Hello everyone. In previous session we have discussed about those institutions which can work to bring an overall development and growth in rural areas, which will ultimately positively affect the ambience of rural entrepreneurship. And in this session we will discuss that how those civil societies, parastatals and private parties can work to bring an overall growth and development in rural areas. So let's start. Not only government and private parties but also private parties and civil societies can come into a partnership with each other and can work for the growth and development of rural areas. They can even produce various qualitative and quantitative data which can work as evidence to formulate policies for the grassroots level and also for rural entrepreneurship. They can provide those data, they can present those data in front of government, in front of various government institutions, and they can create those data on the basis of the projects and programs they have done, or they can separately work on some research work and in order to produce data, such data which can work as evidence. And yes, definitely they can give an impetus to innovation, not only technological innovation but also socio-economic innovation at the grassroots level. They can ensure equal distribution of power by bringing gender equality, by empowering women and marginalized section of the society to be part of those activities which can ensure good governance at the grassroots level. And a power distribution can also happen with proper education by imparting right education, quality education to the children and rural youths. Yeah, and they can also identify those aspects which are threat to sustainability. We have discussed in previous session, in one of the previous sessions, that what does mean a threat to sustainability. Anything that harms our environment, anything that harms the peace and harmony of society, anything that harms the dignity of human beings is not sustainable. Because when our environment gets affected, we too get affected, because we are dependent on our environment for our basic survival. And that's why these grassroots level institutions, civil societies and parastatals can help in identifying those things which are a threat to sustainability in rural areas. Many things happen in rural areas. Many business ventures start their plants, factories and many other projects in those rural areas, uh, which ultimately can cause various adverse effects on those regions. It can also affect the social ambience. And yes, definitely those as those civil societies and parastatals are very close to rural communities, so they can definitely identify, they can help in identifying that what is bothering them and what is disturbing the sustainability aspect. And for all those things, a strategic planning is required, strategic partnership is required, and through strategic partnership they can help the displaced workers to get other work to, and they can help them to generate livelihood activities. Displaced workers are those who have lost their jobs due to various reasons. That can be due to any natural disaster, that can be also due to this current pandemic, or that can be also due to automation. It can be anything. So so it's their duty, being grassroots level institutions, to help those marginalized section of the society. And quality of work is as important as quantity of work. A good quality of work can ensure dignity of human beings, can enhance the level of empowerment among various sections of the society, especially those who are the most vulnerable section of the society. and also women in rural areas. Women is also considered a very vulnerable section. And when the quality of work is good, it also adds to the human development index of a country, and they all can ensure the quality of work as well, along with the quantity of work. And yes, they can complement a wide range of public services. They can form a bridge between those government schemes and policies and those who deserve those schemes and policies. As we have discussed earlier, that at grassroots level there is lack of professional help, there is lack of leadership qualities among various institutions of grassroots level. So that's why those parastatals, civil societies can ensure that all those marginalized section of the society are getting from the government what they deserve and what has been meant for them. And yeah, many civil societies already are doing lots of voluntary services. They are already providing many vocational training which will help them to get a source of livelihood, which can help them to start an entrepreneurial journey. And yeah, in this way, all these civil societies, parastatals, and private parties can do their best, can help to bring an overall growth and development in rural areas. And that's all for this session, friends. We have discussed in a brief manner that what the civil societies, parastatals and private parties can do and how they can do. These are very limited things, and they can do many other things as well in many other ways. And friends, in the next session, we will discuss a small caselet regarding TERI. And before coming for the next session, I would request all of you to do a secondary research about TERI, T-E-R-I, TERI, T-E-R-I. Do a secondary research on it, that what is it, what are the mission and vision and goals of TERIs, for whom they work, on what they work. Just understand, do a brief secondary research and understand everything about TERI, and then come for the next session in a prepared manner. Do come in a very prepared manner, and then we will go ahead. We will do a small case study discussion in next session. So that's all for this session, my dear friends. Till then, take care. Goodbye.